Today we're going to be talking about arcs and chords. Now we kind of talked about arcs and chords earlier, but essentially it says this. If you have some arc, FG, and it's congruent to HJ, then it has to be true that the length of FG is the same length as HJ, and vice versa. Okay? Goes both ways. So if those lengths, HJ is the same as GF, then their chords are going to be the same as well. So if I look at example 1, it says in the embroidered hoop, AB is congruent to CD. Notice we have a tick mark right here. It says they're congruent, means they're equal. And the arc of AB is 60 degrees. Find the arc, the measure of arc CD. Well, since AB is congruent to CD, that means the arcs are going to be congruent. So the measure of arc CD is going to be equal to 60 degrees as well. Okay? There's a guided practice problem. If AB is 78, what's the length of CD? You can do that now. All right, example 2. It says in the figure, circle J and circle K are congruent, and MN, arc MN, is congruent to PQ. Find the length of PQ, the chord, right here. Well, we see that it's 3x minus 7. We also see that MN, which is the same because they're congruent, is going to be 2x plus 1. So our job is really to find x first and then find the length. So what we do is we set them equal to each other. 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 7. Okay? Now it's a moron problem. There's more x's on the right, so I subtract 2x from both sides. And I find that 1 is equal to x minus 7. Add 7, add 7. X is equal to 8. Now if it said find the value of x, we would be done. But our job is actually to find the length of PQ right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug an 8 in for x right there and solve. So PQ is going to be equal to 3 times 8 minus 7, which is going to be 24 minus 7, which is 17. Which coincidentally is also the same as the length of MN. So here's a couple more theorems. Theorem 10.3. If a diameter or radius of a circle is perpendicular to a chord, then it bisects the chord and its arc. Meaning, this length is the same as this length. Theorem 10.4 says the perpendicular bisector of a chord is the diameter or radius of the circle. So now they're saying vice versa. If we know that these two are congruent, then this right here, CB, is going to be perpendicular. Or it's going to be the center, or the radius, or the diameter. Now, in this one right here, it says, in circle S, the measure of arc PQR, so this whole thing, go through all of it, is 98 degrees. Find the length of arc QP, or PQ right there, okay? Well, we just got done saying that if this is perpendicular, because it forms a 90-degree angle, that this length is the same as this length. So both of them together are going to add up to 98 degrees. So we could just say that the length of x plus the length of x is going to equal 98 degrees, right? So if that's the case, then 2x is going to be equal to 98. And so divide by 2, means x is going to be equal to 49. So what's the length of arc PQ? It's 49. The next theorem we're going to talk about is theorem 10.5. It says in the same circle or in a congruent circle, two chords that are congruent if and only if they are equidistant from the center. Which means, okay, if these two are congruent, then this length, XL and LY, have to be the same as well. It has to be the same distance from the center, okay? So example 5. It says, in circle A, WX is equal to XY, which is equal to 22. Okay, so both of these are going to be 22 in length. Find the length of AB right here. Okay? Those are going to be the same. Alright, so we need to find that right there. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we just said in theorem 10.5 that if these two lengths right here are the same, then these two lengths right here have to be equidistant as well. So we're going to say 5x is equal to 3x plus 4. Okay? Now I can solve. I subtract 3x from both sides. Okay, and I get 2x is equal to 4, which means x is equal to 2. Okay? So if we were going to find the length of AB, all I have to do is take 2 and plug it into 5x. So 5 times 2 is going to be 10. So AB is equal to 3. Easy enough, right? So really that 22 doesn't even come into play at all. Here's a guided practice problem. It says in circle H, PQ is 3x minus 4 and RS is 14. Find the value of x. So this one, they're just trying to find x.